Everybody, this is Angie from Color Tree Creations. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. It's coffee break time, literally. 3 o'clock-ish. I started cooking another new pot of coffee, or a cup, depending on how the days went. I am going to show you how I coffee dye paper real quick. I got an order in for 40 sheets, and because I just threw some journals together myself and I've already folded them up. I generally don't fold them up in case they want to cut, if they want them in thirds or want to cut them a different way and make with traveler's notebooks and stuff. So this jar here was a jelly jar. Anyway, this is coffee. If I make a batch of coffee and I have a whole lot of it left, or more than I want to throw away or waste, I put it in this jar. Throw in some alcohol, which I got that tip from somebody else on YouTube. I can't say where, and I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I've got some dust particles in here. So, when I do this, I have 3 sheets in there right now. I usually run 2 pans at a time, and all I do is put a little bit of water or tea over the top. I hold it at an angle, and as you can see, it'll run down and the excess comes off. If you hold it like this, something about the surface tension keeps it from draining down. My pans are old and grody. I've done this coffee dyeing stuff for a couple years now, but before that, these pans were used for polymer clay and stuff like that, or anything that I had to let sit with glue on it that was wet. So what I do, as you can see, I forgot to show you, this stuff here. This is just parchment paper, and yes, it is grody, but that's how you get all your pretty lines and stuff. If you do 1 sheet of paper at a time, you will get these lovely pillowy pretty effects, and I like that. Some people don't. If you don't do that, if you put like 3 or 4 at a time, it kind of makes the paper lay down more, the weight of the wet paper, and then you don't have to worry about that as much. You might have lines from where the paper's overlapped and stuff like that, but for the most part, you'll get a fairly even, or at least this is my experience. Your mileage may vary, of course, how you do your paper and such. Pardon me. It's warm over here in the kitchen because I had my coffee machine going and the oven going, and it's a nice stormy day here in Missouri. So I'm gonna put this in the oven. Alright, now these are still damp, but as you can tell, the staining is totally different with 3 of them. When this is dry, it will be a more uniform color with some spotting. So, and the thing is with coffee dyeing and other people's preferences, you never know, but like what they want. Do they want just the creamy solids colors? I achieved this by using new parchment, and there's very little, there's light spotting here and there, and this is tea dye. I will mix some of this in. See, you're starting to get some darker spots here and there, but not a lot. I know it's hard to see. Let's see if I can. It doesn't really help either, does it? Can you see? Yeah, you can see it there a little bit. I'm just using those emergency lights that you get off Amazon that look like a light switch. My mother-in-law got them for me, and they work excellent. There's some little rivulets. And then there's another plain one. So it just depends. And I will send a mix of these to the person so they can get what they want. And usually when I do an order, I send a couple more sheets if possible. And with all my orders, I send a little goodie. Usually it's a little cardstock journal. It's a cardstock with plain white paper, but the front's been embellished, sometimes with stamping, sometimes with flowers, and sometimes I use the little composition notebooks, the little tiny ones. They're just like glued in. They're not sewn in like the big ones. But I do those too from time to time. One of these days when I'm making up a batch of them, I will record so you guys can see how I do it. But that's pretty much it. That is how I coffee dye. I hope that you found it interesting. I hope you learned something. And if not, wait around. I might be able to find something that, other people don't do the same way. So have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.